Ang ating review para sa araw na ito ay ang Clyde Module Week 3. Merong dalawang module ang Week 3. Ito ay ang Module 3A at Module 3B. Sa Module 3A, ang competency na ating i-review ay ang dividing simple fractions and mixed numbers. At sa Module 3B naman, ay solving routine and non-routine problems involving division without or with any of the other operations of fractions and mixed fractions using appropriate problem-solving strategies and tools. Bago natin simulan ang ating lesson, ay i-recall muna natin ang different parts of division. Dito sa 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. Ang 12 ay tinatawag na dividend. Dividend is the number which we divide. Ang 3 naman ang siyang tinatawag na divisor. A divisor is any number that divides another number. At ang huli ay ang 4. Ay siyang tinatawag na quotient. Quotient is the result obtained, or it is the answer we obtain in division. How to divide simple fractions? To divide simple fractions, multiply the dividend by the reciprocal of the divisor. Reciprocal. The reciprocal of a fraction can be written by interchanging the numerator and denominator, just like this. 3/4 is a fraction, and its reciprocal is 4/3. That's why the reciprocal of 3/4 is 4/3. Here is example number 1. 2/3 divided by 1/2. Again, in dividing simple fractions, we multiply the dividend by the reciprocal of the divisor and reduce the lowest term if possible. 2/3 is the dividend. Let us multiply 2/3 by the reciprocal of the divisor. The divisor is 1/2. That's why its reciprocal is 2/1. And then, let's proceed to multiplication. 2 times 2 and 3 times 1. So, 2 times 2 will give us 4 and 3 times 1 will give us 3. So, the answer will be 4/3. 4/3 is an improper fraction. That's why we need to reduce it into its lowest term by dividing the numerator to the denominator. So 4 divided by 3 is equal to 1 remainder 1. So the answer will be 1 and 1/3. How about dividing fractions by a whole number? To divide fraction by a whole number, express the whole number as a fraction with a denominator of 1 and proceed to the steps in dividing simple fractions. Here is an example. 3/5 divided by 6. Once again, to divide fraction by a whole number, express the whole number as a fraction with a denominator of 1 and proceed to the steps in dividing simple fractions. So let's put 1 as a denominator of the whole number 6. So 3/5 divided by 6/1. And let's proceed to multiplication. Let's multiply the dividend 3/5 to the reciprocal of the divisor. The divisor is 6/1. That's why its reciprocal is 1/6. And then, let's proceed to multiplication. 3 times 1 and 5 times 6. 3 times 1 will give us 3, and 5 times 6 will give us 30. That's why the answer is 3 over 30. 3 over 30 can be reduced into its lowest term because they have common factors. The common factor is 3. So let's divide both terms by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 30 divided by 3 is 10, and that will give us the final answer of 1/10. How about dividing fractions by a mixed number? To divide fraction by mixed numbers, change mixed number to improper fraction, and then express the answer in lowest terms. Mixed numbers. Ano nga ba ito? Mixed numbers are a whole number and a proper fraction together. Ibig sabihin, ang mixed number ay pinagsamang whole number and a proper fraction. Examples: 1 and 1/3, where 1 is the whole number and 1/3 is a proper fraction. 2 and 1/4, 2 is the whole number and 1/4 is a proper fraction. 16 and 2/5, 16 is the whole number and 2/5 is the proper fraction. At marami pang iba. How to convert mixed number into improper fraction? Here's how. First step, multiply the whole number part by the fraction's denominator. Next, add the result to the numerator. And last, place this result over the denominator. For our example, let's convert 1 and 1/3 into improper fraction. Multiply the whole number part by the fraction's denominator. So 1 is the whole number part and 3 is the fraction's denominator. So that is 1 times 3. 1 times 3 will give us a product of 3. Next step is to add the result to the numerator. So 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. Next is to place this result over the denominator you already have. The denominator you already have is 3. So let's write this as a denominator of 4. So the answer is 4/3. And this means that 1 and 1/3 is the mixed number and its improper fraction is 4/3. Pagkatapos nating pag-aralan ang pag-convert ng mixed numbers into improper fraction, ay tumungo na tayo sa pag-divide ng mixed numbers to fraction. Ito ang ating unang halimbawa. 2 and 1/4 divided by 2/3. Let's convert 2 and 1/4 to its improper fraction. So 2 times 4 equals 8, and 8 plus 1 equals 9. And then let's copy the denominator 4. So we have a new dividend, and that is 9 over 4. And let's multiply the dividend to the reciprocal of the divisor. The divisor is 2/3. That's why its reciprocal is 3/2. So let's proceed to multiplication. So 9 times 3 will give us 27, and 4 times 2 will give us 8. So the answer is 27 over 8. 27 over 8 is an improper fraction. So let's reduce it to its lowest term by dividing the numerator by the denominator. So 27 divided by 8 will give us 3, remainder 3. So the final answer is 3 and 3/8. May iba pang paraan sa pag-divide ng simple fractions. Ito ay ang paggamit ng cross multiplication. Una, we multiply the numerator of the first fraction, that is 2, by the denominator of the second fraction, which is 2. And that is 2 times 2. Next, we multiply the denominator of the first fraction, that is 3, by the numerator of the second fraction, which is 1. And that is 3 times 1. So 2 times 2 will give us 4, and 3 times 1 will give us 3. So the answer will be 4/3. And the lowest term is 1 and 1/3. Alin ang mas madali? Ang unang solution or ang ikalawa? We can also use cancellation method in this problem. So copy the dividend, change division to multiplication, get the reciprocal of the divisor. So as you can see, these fractions have common factors like 7 and 21. The common factor is 7. 8 and 28. The common factor is 4. So let's divide the terms with the common factors. Okay, so 7 divided by 7 will give us 1. And 21 divided by 7 will give us 3. The common factor of 8 and 28 is 4. So let's divide them by 4. So 8 divided by 4 is 2, and 28 divided by 4 is 7. And then proceed to the next step. Multiply the numerators. 1 times 7. Multiply the denominators. 2 times 3. 1 times 7 and 2 times 3 will give us 7/6. Okay, 7/6 is an improper fraction. So let's divide 7 by 6. We'll get a quotient of 1, remainder 1. So our answer is 1 and 1/6. Handa na ba kayo mga bata? Tayo nang mag-practice. Ihanda na ang ballpen at papel. Let's divide simple fractions and mixed numbers. For number 1, 1/8 divided by 3/4. Magaling mga bata, ang sagot ay 1/6. Ito ang number 2. 2/5 divided by 3. Tama ang sagot nyo, 2/15. Ito ang number 3. 3 3/4 divided by 2/3. Very good mga bata! 5 and 5/8 ang sagot. At ang number 4 ay 5 and 2/7 divided by 2. Tama ulit ang inyong sagot, 2 and 9/14. At para sa huling bilang, number 5, 5 and 1/2 divided by 2 and 3/6. Tama! 2 and 1/5 ang sagot. Very good mga bata! Handa na kayo para sa pag-divide ng simple fractions and mixed numbers. Let's proceed to the next lesson. Here are the steps in solving a word problem. Number 1, understand the problem. Number 2, make a plan. Number 3, carry out the plan or solve the problem. Number 4, check or look back whether our answer is correct or not. So here is our problem. Mrs. Emperado has 750 kilograms of rice to be donated to the families affected by fire in a certain community. She will repack it in 2.5 kilogram per bag. How many bags will she need? So to solve this problem, let us read it twice or more until such time that we understand the content of the problem. Let us look what is asked for. So this question is usually found at the last part of the problem. So the question is, how many bags will she need? To answer what is asked in the problem, the question is how many. This indicates a number. So the number of bags he will need. If the question is how much, then our answer will start with the amount. So for the question, how many bags will she need? The answer will be the number of bags she will need. Next, what are the given facts? So the next question that we need to know are the given facts in the problem. So pag sinabing given facts, those are numbers that can be found in the problem, such as 750 kilograms of rice to be divided into 2.5 kilograms. After knowing what is asked in the problem and the given facts in the problem, the next step is to make a plan. What operation can we use to solve the problem? So in this problem, we're going to use division. Next, write a number sentence. So for this problem, our number sentence is 750 divided by 2.5 equals n. Next step is to carry out the plan or solve the problem. Our number sentence is 750 divided by 2.5 equals n. Let's find the value of n. By recalling the steps in dividing a whole number by a fraction, first is we're going to put a denominator of 1 in the whole number. So 750 over 1. Then get the reciprocal of the divisor. Our divisor is 2.5. So let's convert it to an improper fraction. The improper fraction of 2.5 is 5 halves. So what is the reciprocal of 5 halves? The reciprocal of 5 halves is 2/5. And then let's proceed to multiplication. Then our operation now is multiplication. Let's multiply the numerators. 750 times 2 will give us a product of 1,500. And then multiply the denominators. 1 times 5 will give us a product of 5. And then get the lowest term of 1,500 over 5, and that will give us 300. Another way is by using cross multiplication. So again, let us put 1 as a denominator of the whole number, and then divide it by the divisor 5 halves. And then, let's cross multiply 750 times 2. And then, 1 times 5. 750 times 2 is equal to 1,500. 1 times 5 is equal to 5. And then, reduce it to lowest term. 1,500 divided by 5 is equal to 300. Therefore, Mrs. Emperado needs 300 bags. After solving the problem, let us check whether our answer is correct or not. In our solution, we arrive on 300 bags as the answer by dividing 750 into 2 and 1/2. In checking, we're going to use the inverse of division, which is multiplication. So we're going to multiply 300 by 2 and 1/2. Our mathematical sentence is 300 times 2 and 1/2 equals n. If the answer to this mathematical sentence will be 750, then the answer to our solution is correct. Let's try to check. So 300, let's put 1 as a denominator of the whole number. So 300 over 1. And then, let's convert mixed number into improper fraction. So the improper fraction of 2 and 1/2 is 5 halves. And then let's multiply the numerators. 300 times 5 and 1 times 2. 300 times 5 will give us a product, 1,500. 1 times 2 will give us a product of 2. Let us reduce 1,500 over 2 into its lowest term. So 1,500 divided by 2 will give us 750. This means that the answer to the solution is correct. Ngayon ay tumungo tayo para sa review ng Clyde Module Week 4. Sa Week 4 ay meron din tayong dalawang module, ang Module 4A at ang Module 4B. Sa Module 4A, ang competency na pag-aaralan natin o i-review ay ang adding and subtracting decimals and mixed decimals through 10 thousandths without or with regrouping. At sa Module 4B naman, ay solving one or more steps routine and non-routine problems involving addition and or subtraction of decimals and mixed decimals. How do we add or subtract decimals or mixed decimals through 10 thousandths without or with regrouping? Decimals are added and subtracted in the same way as whole numbers. When two decimals are added together or subtracted from each other, the decimal points must be vertically aligned and the digits written in the correct value column. So how to add or subtract decimal numbers? Here are the steps. Number 1, arrange the digits in columns and align the decimal points. Number 2, insert zeros in empty decimal place values if needed, so that all of the numbers have the same number of decimal places. 3, add or subtract as with the whole numbers. And lastly, bring down the decimal point. But before that, let's review on place value. What is a place value? A value represented by a digit in a number on the basis of its position in the number. Tignan natin ang place value chart sa ibaba. Ito ang decimal point. At binabasa natin itong end. At ang mga numbers sa kaliwa ng decimal point ay mga whole numbers. At ang mga number naman sa kanan ng decimal point ay mga decimal numbers. Narito ang ating example number 1. Add 8,764 10,000s to 5,322 10,000s. Our first step is to arrange the digits in columns and align the decimal points. Tiyakin natin na magkatapat ang ating mga decimal points. And for our step 2, insert zeros in empty decimal place values if needed, so that all of the numbers have the same number of decimal places. In this case, there are no empty decimal place values, so there's no need to add 0. So let's proceed to our third step. Add or subtract as with the whole numbers. Kung paano tayo nag-subtract or nag-add ng whole number, ganun din ang pag-add at pag-subtract sa decimal numbers. So 4 plus 2 equals 6, 6 plus 2 equals 8, 7 plus 3 equals 10, so bring down 0, and then carry 1. 1 plus 8 plus 5 equals 14. So let's bring down 4 and then carry 1. So let's copy the decimal point. So let's proceed. 1 plus 0 equals 1. So the sum of 8,764 10,000s and 5,322 10,000s is 1 and 4,086 10,000s. Let's proceed to our example number 2. Subtract 32 and 95 hundredths from 85 and 3,457 10,000s. Again, we're going to use the steps in adding or subtracting decimal numbers. So first step, arrange the digits in columns and align the decimal points. The decimal points must be vertically aligned. Let's proceed to step 2. Insert zeros in empty decimal place values if needed, so that all of the numbers have the same number of decimal places. So there are 2 empty decimal place values. So let's add 2 zeros. And then let's proceed to step 3. Add or subtract as with the whole numbers. Again, kung paano tayo nag-subtract at nag-add ng whole number, ay ganun din ang pag-add natin at pag-subtract sa decimal numbers. So let's proceed. 7 minus 0 is 7. 5 minus 0 is 5. 4 minus 5 cannot be. So let's borrow 1 from 3. So si 3, magiging 2 na siya. At si 4 ay magiging 14. So let's proceed. 14 minus 5 equals 9. 2 minus 9, again, cannot be. So let's borrow 1 from 5. So si 5 ay magiging 4. At si 2 ay magiging 12. So 12 minus 9 equals 3. And then let's copy the decimal point. 4 minus 2 equals 2 and 8 minus 3 equals 5. So the difference of 85 and 3,457 10,000s and 32 and 95 hundredths is 52 and 3,957 ten-thousandths. Halina't mag-practice mga bata. Let's add and subtract decimal numbers. Number 1, 9,564 ten-thousandths plus 9,873 ten-thousandths. Tama ang sagot nyo mga bata. 1 and 9,437 ten-thousandths. Let's proceed to number 2. 23 and 561 ten-thousandths plus 31 and 872 ten-thousandths. Magaling mga bata, tama ang sagot nyo. 54 and 1,433 ten-thousandths. Let's proceed to number 3. 7,865 ten-thousandths plus 3,454 ten-thousandths. Very good! Tama ang sagot. 1 and 1,319 ten-thousandths. Let's proceed to number 4. 4,359 ten-thousandths minus 2,136 ten-thousandths. Tama! Ang sagot ay 2,223 ten-thousandths. At para sa ating huling number 5, 43 and 985 ten-thousandths minus 9 and 985 ten-thousandths. Tama ulit mga bata, ang sagot ay 33. Bata, that's it for addition and subtraction of decimals and mixed decimals through ten-thousandths without or with regrouping. So let's proceed to our next lesson. Here are the steps in solving a word problem. Number 1, understand the problem. Number 2, make a plan. Number 3, carry out the plan or solve the problem. And number 4, check or look back whether an answer is correct or not. Here is our sample problem. Luz wants to buy a bag cost 375 pesos and 95 centavos. If she saves 148 pesos and 50 centavos for it, how much more does she need? To solve this problem, we're going to read it twice or more until such time that we understand the problem. So our first step is to understand the problem. We're going to find out what is asked in the problem. So this question is usually found at the last part of the problem. So the question is, how much more does she need? So from the word how much, this indicates an amount. So what is asked in the problem is the amount of money she will need. Next is we're going to find out what are the given facts. The given facts are the numbers found in the problem, like 375 pesos and 95 centavos for the cost of bag, and 148 pesos and 50 centavos for the savings of Luz to be deducted from the cost of bag. Our second step is to make a plan. What operation can we use to solve the problem? In this problem, we're going to use subtraction. Write a number sentence. The number sentence for this problem is 375 pesos and 95 centavos minus 148 pesos and 50 centavos equals n. Our next step is to carry out the plan or solve the problem. Our number sentence is 375 pesos and 95 centavos minus 148 pesos and 50 centavos equals n. We're going to get the value of n. Let's recall the steps in adding and subtracting decimal numbers. First, arrange the digits in columns and align the decimal points. So let's arrange the digits in column and align the decimal points. After that, let's proceed to the second step. Insert zeros in empty place values if needed, so that all of the numbers have the same number of decimal places. So in this case, there are no empty place values, so there's no need to add 0. Let's proceed to our third step. Add or subtract as with the whole numbers. So 5 minus 0 equals 5. 9 minus 5 equals 4. And then let's copy the decimal point. Okay, let's proceed. 5 minus 8 cannot be, so let's borrow 1 from 7. So si 7 magiging 6 na siya at si 5 magiging 15 na siya. Okay, so 15 minus 8 equals 7, 6 minus 4 equals 2, and 3 minus 1 equals 2. Just affix the peso sign because this is an amount of money. Okay, so our answer is 227 and 45 centavos. So let's check if our answer is correct. In checking, we're going to use the inverse of subtraction, which is addition. So we're going to add 224 pesos and 45 centavos to 148 pesos and 50 centavos. So our number sentence will be 224 pesos and 45 centavos plus 148 pesos and 50 centavos equals n. If the answer to this number sentence will be 375 pesos and 95 centavos, then our answer to the solution is correct. So let's check. Let's use the steps in adding and subtracting decimal numbers. Five plus 0 is 5. 4 plus 5 is 9. And then copy the decimal point. 7 plus 8 is 15. So bring down 5 and carry the 1. 1 plus 2 plus 4 equals 7. 2 plus 1 equals 3. Is our answer correct? Alright, very good. Our answer is correct. Therefore, Luz needs 227 pesos and 45 centavos to buy the bag.